Don't cut that out.
What up, guys? Welcome back to Herbs class. Today featuring the lovely Sofia Herb. Welcome to 5-Minute Math, man. We just talked about inequalities and how to solve them. But once you got it broken down to your inequality solution, a lot of times we like to get a visual representation. Like, let's get a picture of what that looks like. So we can graph our inequalities. That's what we're going to talk about today. First off, you need to know the symbols. You're up. Those symbols right there. Now, remember what these are. This is less than. This is less than or equal to. Remember, less than looks like an L. You can make an L with your left hand for less than. Left hand, less than.
Less.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Here's greater than or equal to. Notice the extra line forming an equal sign, right? That's where that comes from. And, of course, greater than. Now, it's important to understand that we read from left to right. So that's why this is less than, because anything on this side of the sign has to be less than anything that's on this side of the sign. When I was a kid, they talked about the alligator opening its mouth to bigger food, right? So if there's bigger food on this side, this alligator is going to open its mouth that way. But since we read from left to right, this is less than. Anything on this side has to be less than anything on that side. Good. I'm glad we got that cleared up. All right, so to graph inequalities, we need a number line. There's my number line. Okay, so on this number line, we have 0 in the middle. Of course, our positive numbers go up to the right, and our negative numbers go down to the left. Anything on this side of the number line is less than anything to its right. These numbers are less than these numbers. Okay, good. So let's talk about what a solution to an inequality might look like. So this is what a typical solution to an inequality might look like. So let's read this and talk about what it means. X, any number that I'm talking about, is greater than 3. So any number that I'm talking about in my solution or whatever situation or question or problem I'm talking about, any number that I need is greater than 3. So let's go to 3. Let's put a circle on 3 since that's the number in question.
Yeah.
Everything in this problem is revolving around that 3. Now, I want numbers that are greater than 3. Which side would those numbers be on? Which side? What side is that?
Positive.
Positive or the right side. Oh my goodness. So how can we highlight that on this graph that we need all of the numbers that are greater than 3? This is what we do. Bang. What are you going to say?
So I think the greater number is 4 because they're bigger.
Well, yeah, so let's talk about that, right? So every number over here under this arrow should satisfy, should solve this, should make this true. Is that true? Is 4 greater than 3?
Yes.
Yeah. Is 5 greater than 3?
Yes.
Is 17 greater than 3?
Yes.
Yeah. Now let's talk about why we leave this circle open and unfilled. I'm not talking about the actual number 3, because the question is going to come up. Is 3 bigger than 3?
No, it's equal.
Exactly right. So that's why, because we're not talking about this number, we leave that open. Now, as opposed to this, what if there was an extra line here, meaning greater than or equal to? You know what that would change about this circle?
No.
Yeah.
200.
We would fill in that circle. That's exactly right. We would fill in that circle because now we are including 3 because we're talking about numbers that are greater than or equal to 3. So if we're talking about numbers that can include or equal 3, we fill in the circle. Nice. Okay. Let me show you what this looks like when this is backwards. Okay. What happens, I know we're used to seeing X's on the left, but what happens when we see an X on the right? How does that change how we do this? First off, put a circle on the number. Bang. Now, is that circle going to be filled or unfilled?
Unfilled.
Unfilled, exactly right. Now,
Now,
when you start to read this, which way does my arrow go? Which numbers am I talking about? Always start reading with X. X. x is less than, I know that looks like a greater than sign, but we're reading it backwards, right? Which way is the alligator facing?
It's facing the 2 because it's.
Yeah, so we can read it from left to right. -2 is greater than x. Or x is less than -2. Which side are the numbers that are less than on? Less than left side. Exactly right. Let me show you something else. If you don't like reading these equations with x's on the right-hand side, you can flip it around. Yeah.
Again?
But if you flip this equation around, you gotta flip the side too. Let me show you. Bang. So remember how we read that before? X is less than -2. Same thing. X is less than -2.
Write this down.
And now, it's plain to see, we're talking about numbers smaller than -2. All right, guys, now I hope this helped. Let me know if I can help more. Thanks for coming. Bye.
Bye.